In this video, we're going to talk about why self-help could be and probably is ruining your life. So be sure to stay tuned and let's get it. What's going on? So we got a good video today. I like to bring the heat. So before we get into the video, just be sure to like this video if you can for me, and also be sure to comment something in the chat whenever you feel moved, right? So why is self-help ruining your life? Why could it be? There's a term I like to say, right? And it's called mental masturbation. Have you ever heard of this? Have you ever heard of mental masturbation? Well, we're going to dive into mental masturbation and why it's hindering you from actually helping yourself, right? And that's the whole point of self-help, right? So let's check this out. So right here, I got Google, right? The beautiful Google. So we have right here, mental masturbation. I want to break this down for you. Mental masturbation is an informal term that describes the act of getting excited about an idea that has little value or that you don't follow through with. It can be a way to distract yourself from real world problems and can be addictive, right? Mental masturbation is the same thing that they said. Basically, excessive or pointless mental activity that does not lead to any productive outcome, right? Indulging in elaborate or self-indulgent thinking without any practical beneficial result. Right? So that is mental masturbation, right? So let's break this down. Why do some people suffer from mental masturbation, and why maybe you are suffering from it, right? So first thing could be fear of failure, right? You could be just a little bit nervous about succeeding at the thing that you're doing. A lot of times people are very indecisive about what they want to do, about what path they want to take in their life or this new venture or whatever the case is, right? And so they'll mentally masturbate. Some people just aren't about legit action, right? You got to get real with yourself and ask yourself, am I really serious about this thing, right? You got to be about the action. And a lot of times, a lot of other people, they are fearing a form of criticism from other people. And you got to get that out your heart. You got to get that out your spirit too. Right? So you got fear of failure, indecisiveness. Some people just aren't about that action. And then also you got fear of criticism. Right? But I have one more thing that I'm going to share. And I felt like this was very important. Right? So check this out. So we got this one right here. And this is so that we're in the course era right now, right? We've been in there for a while, but right here it says United States. This is about consumption, but okay. So courses, right? Only a small percentage of people actually finish online courses that they purchase, with the completion rates typically ranging between 5% and 15% on average. Meaning most people don't complete the full course that they bought. Right? It's crazy when you think about it, right? But so many people are mentally masturbating. So you buy a course, you finish 3% of it. You buy another course, you finish 8% of it. What have you really mastered? You got to ask yourself, right? Do you want to be someone who knows very little bit about a lot of things and have no results? Or do you want to be somebody that knows a very lot about a few solid key topics, and these key topics can and will change your life or put yourself in or your family in a better situation, in a better position, right? Which one would you rather be? Do you want to be somebody that knows very little about a lot, and on the surface, it seems like you know all this stuff. You're well versed in things, but you ain't got no results. Like, we got to start getting real with ourselves, right? And we got to start asking ourselves, how do I really want this life and this world to How do I want to experience life, and how do I want the world to actually perceive me? How do I want to interact with the world? Right? Are you mentally masturbating? And when you do mentally masturbate, you get to a place where like you're very confused, right? You're misleading yourself and you're in a state of confusion because you got all these courses, you got all these books, you got all this stuff, right? You got all this information at your fingertips, but you haven't even mastered one topic, one subject, one thing. You haven't read more than 2 books on one topic, but you want the success and the results as if you've been in the books for 2, 3, 4 years, right? Ask yourself this: what do I really want? What is it going to take? No matter what it is, you're going to have to get to a level of mastery in your craft to make that professional grade money. I'm not talking about making a couple dollars here and there. I'm talking about making professional grade money. What is professional grade money? We look at professionals. This professional space is like accountants, lawyers, doctors, right? So how much do they usually make that we're aware of? A couple $100,000 a year, right? 200, 250, 350, it just depends. Some lawyers make even more. But if you want to make professional grade money, let's look at what they do. CPAs, lawyers, doctors, they all spending 8, 10, 12, sometimes 14 years in school in the medical field. Lawyers, undergrad, then they got law school too. And then they got to take a bar, right? So you went to law school and then you got to study for 6 to 8 months so that you can pass a test so you can actually be and practice law in the state, right? So you got to understand professional grade money, being in a situation where you can print essentially $250 a year, $300 a year, 6 figures a year. You gonna have to put in some work on the mental side. I hope that you see the richest people in the world don't use their body and their hands, but they use their mind. They use their mind. The most wealthy, well-off people understand the power of the mind rather than working and physical labor, right? So you have to stop mentally masturbating, right? Stop trying to feel good in your mind, but you ain't really getting nothing. You ain't really getting nothing accomplished, but it feels good to you. It feels good that you bought this course. It feels good that you joined this mastermind, but you ain't even showing up. You ain't showing up to the classes. You ain't even showing up for yourself. You ain't doing the homework. You ain't even putting in the real work. So I want you to ask yourself, how am I going to get to the location and the destination if I'm not doing the things to get there? It's very simple. It's very, very, very simple. But you got to ask yourself, am I willing to really put in that work? Right? Stop mentally masturbating. Buying the courses and the books should not make you feel good. And honestly, you should be able to read a book. Let's say you get on page 50 and there's some real sauce in there and you know you can implement that into your life. Go implement it. Because you got to get in the process and in the habit of implementing and executing. Because execution is where it's at. Execution and implementation will take you so much further than observing and speculating. Do you want to be a spectator all your life, or do you want to be in the game and get in the actual game? It's time for you to get in the game and stop being a spectator. I am a type of person, I jump off the porch. That's why I get fast results. I also get big results. I jump off the porch. I'll be all in with shit. Because I know that my greatest lessons are going to come from the firsthand knowledge. You got to put yourself in a position to get firsthand knowledge as fast as possible. Learn from others, learn from others' mistakes, but once you have learned from others, you should have enough information to go execute on your own volition, and then you will be able to learn the things you need to learn, and it'll stick a lot more to you because it's firsthand knowledge. That's how we doing this. That's the mindset of a high achiever. That's the mindset of somebody who really about they shit. That's the mindset of somebody who own they shit. Right? You buying into all of these programs, and then you don't even have the money to implement and execute, so you get stalled out. That don't make no sense to me. That don't make no sense. The time is now to really put yourself in a position where buying a course or buying a program don't just feel good. It don't excite you no more. The thing that should excite you is when the mission has been accomplished and you can look back on your work and know that I did that shit. Right? And then you on to that next thing. Because now you have changed how you think and you have changed who you are. And that's why you're going to change your life. I am very serious about changing my life, others' lives, and helping people see how to change their own life. That's what this is about. This ain't about feeling good, right? This ain't about the surface level, superficial things. This is about focusing and making things happen in our life, driving results, and ensuring that our future is taken care of, right? Kids, legacy, ourselves, our minds, all of that stuff, our health, everything, right? But I don't want to have a whole library and I haven't extracted the information from these books in my library and then not implemented it into my life. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that person, right? You got to learn how to spend time with a few things and go deep into those concepts, into that knowledge, extract the wisdom, and then go into your life and then go implement and apply it to your life and then do it over time. And then you let your life change. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. You don't buy a book, not read the book, and then think that your life gonna change, right? You don't tell Facebook and Instagram what you about to do, not do it, and then in 8 months later, you tell them something else that you about to do and you don't do it. What if you just focused on implementing? What if you just focused on firsthand changing your life? Your life would look different. So the time is now to stop mentally masturbating and jerking off your mind, wasting your mind, right? Wasting your mental energy. And it's time to stop being addicted to that dopamine of buying the new thing. And it's time to start being addicted to the progress that you could feel in your life. You will save a lot more money. You're going to save heartache. You're going to be more confident within yourself if you do these things. The time is now to get away from mentally masturbating, right? It should not feel good to do the surface level and the superficial things. Focus on implementation, execution, taking action, and results. Implementation, execution, taking action, and results. That should be your focus in your life and not mentally masturbating and just doing the things that feel good to you mentally. Because if you want to be the person in your family that struck it big, you got to understand what's required of that on the back end. Not on what everybody can see, but on the back end. The conversations you got to have, the evolution you got to go through. You got to allow yourself to evolve in a way that you may not be familiar with. And when you do that, game changes for you, right? So I want you, if you are to stop mental masturbating. If you know somebody that does mental masturbate, send this video to them and let them know this is a reminder to stop putting the superficial things as a priority, and let's start focusing on action and implementation, right? Let's change your life in the next 6 months, not the next 6 years, because you could do it. I know you can, because anybody can, but it starts with right here. And this is going to control your habits and your beliefs and all of that stuff, right? On a subconscious level. So keep that in mind and remember that. I want you guys to always remember, get out of your head and get into this world, because the head, your mind, is a dangerous place to live. All right. I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment. I'm going to talk to y'all later. Peace.